In the nation of Shenmin, spirits and monsters stalk the depths of Spectre Wood, and ghost towns outnumber those inhabited by living souls. But this was not always the case. Over 100 years ago, the Age of Lost Omens began in Tiansha with the collapse of the mighty Lunghua Empire, an event that left the small towns of Shenmin isolated and forced their citizens to become self-sufficient or fall to ruin. Willow Shore was one such town. Founded to support the construction of a remote mountain monastery, Willow Shore soon transitioned over to a lumber town, and like so many others, it was forced to fend for itself in the years after the Empire's fall. Not 2 years later, the records speak of a mysterious curse that fell upon the town, and while details of what took place have been lost to time, the events of Willow Shore's Season of Ghosts will now be told. The Season of Ghosts begins during the first days of summer, and is a time when the unquiet spirits of Spectrewood grew particularly restless. The townsfolk of Willow Shore celebrate this with a night of feasting on the last day of spring, but when a group of heroes wakes the day after, they find their hometown under siege. Fog shrouds the town, and the night sky shimmers under the light of a crimson moon, and monsters now stalk freely through the town's streets. While defending the monstrous invaders and lighting the town's protective eternal lantern could restore Willow Shore to safety, these invaders and strange manifestations are only the beginning, as walls of ghostly shapes rise in the surrounding woods. The town of Willow Shore has become cursed, and its people must band together if they are to survive the coming year and the horrific monsters they will face. Can the town's newest heroes save their homes, family, and themselves? Or will the Season of Ghosts mean the end for them all?
You fools! You'll never defeat me. Now face the wrath.
Why is he so hot? What?
I think it's just that epic miniature. It's really doing a lot for me, too.
Yeah, maybe. But he's also kinda...
Silence! As I was saying, face the wrath of my metal army, crafted here in my Eldritch Foundry.
Dude, where'd you get all these minis?
I'm subscribed to Eldritch Foundry's Eldritch Unlimited with unlimited STL downloads. Now can we get back to...
Eldritch Foundry's amazing! I never thought I'd have the perfect mini for my demon-born, half-elemental, cat-folk, warlock, bard multi-class with a bunny wizard familiar, but here she is. Thank you so much for printing her.
Yeah. Sure, Jen. No problem. Now face my wrath!
Wait! Oh, Steve's on mute. He's on mute.
Oh, Steve! No!
Hey.
Off to a great
Yeah,
start.
another professional introduction to the stream. Car crash, as always, it has to be done. But rumor has it, this is the only stream worth pausing Lord of the Rings for.
Hell yeah. It is. So,
it's true. It's true.
That is an honor.
But fear not, the riders of Rohan are not coming to your rescue. You are on your own. It's been a while. It's been 4 weeks since the last time we played because unfortunately I cancelled the last game. So I apologise for that. Yeah, it was all my fault.
Bad Steve.
It was.
Fancy.
But we're back. We're back. So this is episode 2. Episode 1
came before episode 2. That's right.
came before episode 2. Yeah.
Steve does maths.
Right, so
I'll
I'll interrogate you on what you recall from last session in a little bit. But generally, how are you players? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Rocking and rolling.
Yeah,
You're all looking a
forward to
bit
it.
trepidatious.
Well, what do you think after last session? You think we're looking forward to this?
Yeah, it was. I think session 0 set a whole other level, and then session 1 was just like, what the hell are we fighting here? And then we're still there.
Yeah.
We didn't get to run away bravely.
No, you didn't. No.
Mm-mm.
And you know, I think I said last night I don't like first level characters or playing with parties first level characters because I tend to get a little bit overboard. So I decided not to scale it down at all for this session and keep it high intensity. I'm trying to train you, is what I'm really doing. That's it. I'm trying to make you better. So
I will forge them into heroes for you, Steve.
Thank you. So as always, thank you, players, for joining us. You are the core team, but there are more players. It's viewers. It's like the 12-member football team. But beyond that, we also have the sponsors. David, over to you.
Oh, we have sponsors. Okay. There we go. Sponsors. So a massive thank you to Beetle and Graham. Beetle and Graham, fantastic sponsors. And as you can see, everyone up is waving. I was going to say waving their bits around, but that's kind of wrong. Everyone is waving their
Keep your
books
bits to
around.
yourself, man.
There we go. So they do these incredible books. We're using these as our character
dice
sheets. Look at this, character sheets. It is amazing.
I've actually written in a book. It's almost sacrilege.
Yeah, I've been doing it as well. Look, we got all the stuff is here, and you can check out our Instagram, instagram.com/bandofbadgers. Go check it out if you want to see some more photos of all this cool stuff. Now, they don't just do that stuff wherever it's gone. There it is. Those are the character chronicles, which are basically the character sheets, but they also make dice. We've got these fantastic dice, and then we get to wave our dice in the screen as well. So
They are fabulous.
Utterly amazing. So as always, thank you to Beetle and Grimm's. We do play testing and proofreading with them. If you don't believe me, our names are in the books. So yeah, our names are in here. So
They
check us out.
are right at the back.
Yeah, at the back where no one can see them. Very, very small print.
really tiny.
Aww.
It is there.
You are
honest. Yeah, I am small print. Yeah,
but we know we're there. That's all that
just had a delivery. There we go. Vroom. Oh.
Extra large rum and coke.
It's a Japanese vodka and coke.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Fancy, huh?
Japanese vodka fans around the world are probably screaming at you for putting it in coke.
They probably am, but it's lovely. It's lovely.
It's been 4 weeks. We haven't spoken to you players. Have you got anything? Yeah, sorry. If I dropped a clanger again.
We've got more than that. You see.
Sorry.
So and don't forget Paizo. The Paizo is why we're here. We're playing Paizo, Abomination Vaults from Pathfinder, and who makes Starfinder. Starfinder version 2 coming soon. At least the playtest part 2 is coming. Second edition is coming next year. Also, Eldritch Foundry. You saw the trailer. A fantastic trailer. And we plan to be doing something with the minis later on. Not quite yet because it's only the second episode. It feels like we've been here for years, and we haven't. We've just been hiding in this little lighthouse, being scared.
But if Steve kills us all, so we might want to hurry up and get those minis real soon.
It is, yes, yes.
Right, sorry, am I good now?
Well, it depends. What was you going to say next? Because I was
going to welcome the players again and say, it's been 4 weeks. We haven't heard from you. Have you been busy? What have you got coming up? Because I know in a few weeks' time, there's quite a large event, I believe.
Yes, there is.
Oh, my wedding! I know. I'm so excited for it too. Thank you guys for remembering.
You're welcome, Meredith.
Nothing
else going on. Imagine that, getting married and people throwing D20s in the air.
I know, right? No, I'm excited. I'm jealous of what Mike's event is. So,
yes, Gary Con, yay!
Get not only Gary Con, but Gary Con at 50 years.
Yes, 50 years, and that whole where it was created, the Gygax thing, and it's going to be superb.
Have you got something big lined up? You got a new stand?
We're doing some little bit of tweaks to the stand. Nothing too major. We're definitely doing some remods on the original table. Speaking of tables, we just finished our newest model.
Yeah.
Cue up the pick.
Boom.
This is the Chimera.
Wow.
It's a hexagon. It seats 6 players. This one, the customer wanted a solid surface. He didn't want a recessed game ball. The woods, that bright red wood is Paduke, and the other is zebra wood, and it has sapele inlays. There's another different wood that divides the each panel.
Did you stain the Paduke on top of it, or is that just the
both of those are their natural colors, just sprayed.
Oh, gorgeous.
That does look lovely.
We already got a couple Umbrella Corporation called. They want their
that's what I was going to call it. It definitely reminded me of Umbrella Corp.
But it's gorgeous. It's fantastic.
That is gorgeous.
There's something else that we've been doing on the back end too. That is, oh my god, this is so cool. One of my customers, Sam Hamilton, he reached out to me. He wanted to start another branch of the Weather Dragon called the Weather Dragon Press. He's a writer at heart and has a bunch of modules all ready to go. So we are looking into opening up the Weather Dragon Press and starting a thing called the Weather Dragon West March League. It's kind of like Adventurers League where people sign up, module a month, free prizes. Vote for your your favorite event. Thing that happened, quote, but it's going to be cool. It's a lot of work in progress still.
Fantastic. Well, if you need any play testers or broadcasters,
I know a few.
You do. Critical Role are probably going to be busy, but if you can't get them, come to us. So
we are obviously the next in line.
And there'll be prizes too for each month. There'll be prizes awarded for best category, whatever wins. We're again still all work in progress, but all good things.
Cool, very nice. And that table looks absolutely stunning.
Sick.
Thank you.
Meredith, you've had a busy time at Turbo Dork. You've just released your new paint line, haven't you?
Yes. My life. It's been wild. Turbodork Remix 2.0 is out. We have 8 new colors. We also have 80 new, everything's been reformulated. So all new base formula. It's going great. I haven't seen my husband to be in weeks because he just lives at the office. It's great. My work for Turbodork is easy. I wake up and tell him what to do. It's the work for Steve Jackson that consumes my every waking hour, but I can't complain. No, I'm really excited. Turbodork new paints are going well. I wish shipping across the pond wasn't such a pill because y'all should have some good goodies on the 6th.
Cool.
But we had what did we do? So Steve Jackson Games, I held our first annual summit where we actually worked on our lineup for 26 and 25, finished up 25. So getting the company really going, thinking ahead 1 to 2 years in a planning cycle. It's wonderful. And I can't wait till I can announce some of those things. And then I leave Sunday for GAMA, which for a lot of people don't know what GAMA is. It's the Game Manufacturers Association or Game Association Manufacturers of America. I can never remember what it is, but it's basically the big business-to-business trade show for publishers, board games, RPGs, accessories in the hobby industry. And that's going to be a week long of meetings. And then I have a week off. And then I don't get to go to GaryCon. I get to go to Adepticon, which is like the big wargaming show here in the States for kind of everything not GW, but then GW's there and the Golden Demon's there. I don't know. I've not been, but it sounds fun. And then I have this like wedding thing that I have to do. So just a little thing. Yeah. But the real excitement comes end of May and June when I get to see some of you folks in Birmingham.
UK Games Expo. Fantastic. Looking forward to it. I've been talking about it with Steve, and there is so much stuff going on this year at UK Games Expo. Really, really looking forward to it. And just when you get to go to, like, this is the biggest convention here in the UK, and it's one of those things where we've started doing now is you stay there. You don't just visit for the day. If you can, stay up in Birmingham, enjoy, take it all in, because it doesn't finish when the shops close. The party's literally just getting started. There's dinner, there's drinks, there's networking. You meet writers and artists from all over the world. So if you can get to UK Games Expo, come along.
Man, that sounds fantastic.
I know.
Go talk to Steve.
Steve Jackson is going to be there, and I also believe Steve Jackson is going to be there. So
yes, both Steve Jacksons.
I know.
That's a picture you have to get.
Oh, I have to. I really do. I want to get them both to sign the one fantasy, fighting fantasy book they both worked on too, because that would be really choice.
That'd be cool.
Or clutch is a new term I've learned today. It would be
Oh
clutch.
yeah. My 14-year-old says that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my life.
That's that word. And Richard, how about you? You've been busy?
I've been quite busy over the last few weeks, building and painting as well, but also painting up on the Monster Manual with Dragonborn Industries. We've got the Bullor this week. Just thought I'd show that off there.
Nice.
But I've also been working on a couple of bits and pieces. One of which is a mini subscription.
Nice.
One of my customers basically was asking about wanting to collect more minis and terrain pieces a month, and just random stuff. Didn't really want anything in particular. So looking into trying to find a platform where it is easily accessible. So basically, a handful of minis, small piece of terrain, fixed figure a month, rinse and repeat. But yes, it was just all about finding the platform to get it all working on now.
Yeah.
But other than that, much of the same.
Cool.
Always good fun.
Awesome. So our update for Badgers went out last night, and you can actually catch that on YouTube in the coming days if it's not up already.
It's on already, Steve. It went on 5 o'clock today. It is there. It is behind the screen, and you'll find out everything that's coming up in March, well now, and everything that happened in February, which is now behind us.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's why we do it, so we don't have to repeat at the beginning of these shows. So it's for efficiency reasons. Right. So I guess it's the usual magic trick time where I hand out hero tokens. And the big question, I guess, the start of this session is, do any of you actually remember what we did last session? We'll see how well you filled in your character chronicles and notes page. Meredith is volunteering to go first. Okay, I like this. It's bravery.
I got decimated. I got absolutely decimated. It was very not fun.
By a what? A toy
bird. By a toy. No, not just a toy. Bird. Yeah, bird. A terrifying handmade toy monster.
It was an abomination.
Called Mr. Beak, and it lives only in some horrible person's nightmare, and it used its wonderful vampiric blood draining spell on me, and I almost died, and I hated it. I hated every moment of it, but thank you to Richard who healed me, and now I'm no longer dead.
So as part of that trauma therapy, you can have a hero point. So there you go.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god, it turned into an eraser.
Whoa. That's magic.
That's so you can rub out the hit points on your character. So anyone else want to bravely volunteer? Talk about what happened last session.
There was some kind of hand that came out at the end and some goo.
Do you know what? You'll get it straight for that, because I didn't think anybody picked up on that.
Oh, did you?
Because that was right at the end of the session. And...
Yeah, Steve, go.
Ready?
In the camera.
I wanted the eraser. What the? Meredith.
You want an eraser?
Junk.
Here you go.
We just start putting junk through it. Go on.
I know.
There you go. Oh no, missed it.
Where'd it go?
It's released. Yes, that was the hand at the end of the session. There was the hand that came out of the pool of blood.
That.
So I am pleased that someone remembered that.
Yes.
Sorry, what did you just say? The hand that came out of what?
Pool of blood.
Pool of blood. Cool. I do not remember that at all, actually. But yeah, okay.
I'm maxed out. I got to use me some hero points now.
Yeah, please use them, because 3 is the max. That is correct. So, Richard, David, you should both have 2, because I don't remember anyone using them.
No.
Right, I've got 2. I will use them. I will keep them handy. Right.
Here we go. I'm putting this up on the screen. Notes, Dave. This is why we take notes.
I've been taking notes. Look,
you have, and you said something to me off stream actually about one of the quests you're on, because they're actually on 2 simultaneous quests at the moment for 2 different people.
So this is the point. My notes were saying lots of things, but in the voice of Kingsman, as he keeps his diary, he says, we started in the town of Atari, and we're staring. We're staying at the Crook's Nook Inn. We met our first contact, Yaz, and she asked us to search for a man called Logan and his 3 companions, who have headed out to a place called the Fog Fen. But they've been missing for 5 days, apparently, and I don't think we're going to find them anyway. But anyway, I was eager to go out, you see, and eager to be brave and kind of be a hero. But unfortunately, my companions, Aramil and Darrad, both are brave and good men at heart, but they wanted to sleep for 8 hours and have breakfast in the morning. And I kept saying, well, we must hurry. These people are missing. We must go now. But they were like, no, let's take a long rest first. Maybe we should leave in the morning when it's light. And I was like, why? The sun is up now. It's mid-afternoon. We should go. We should hurry. Foresight, however, they may have been a little bit right. I'm not going to admit that, but after what happened, we'll find out. So there you go.
Well done. You may have a hero point.
You see, if you do it in slow motion, it works.
That was seamless.
Smooth like butter. Smooth.
Yeah.
So Richard.
Sometimes in a boat, we crossed over and we are scoping out a ruined lighthouse, I believe.
You are scoping out a ruined lighthouse. More accurately, a ruined keep with a lighthouse in it.
Lighthouse in it. Managed to jimmy our way through the doors, and we had some obstacles to overcome in the forms of book cases that fell down.
Yes.
As discussed, we had a weird bird creature, and we are just recovering after combat and patching up our hurt, and hopefully going to find Logan and the 3 other companions. We did find remnants of a camp, but wasn't exactly a recent one. So, yes, eager to get on their trail.
Okay.
Also, I don't want any of us to forget the 4 portraits in the gallery.
Yep.
And what they said: so shall the fools suffer, let the light shine forever, the artist at work, and the lady of light were the 3 titles. So, and then I serve you still, you shall be avenged.
You shall be avenged, yeah.
So I feel like that's going to be important at some point, least we forget.
Yeah. So the other reason you were here as well was Rin from Otari had sent you here to check out the Gauntlet, because she had seen strange lights in the Fog Fen in the past week since you all shared your nightmare visions from session 0. So, Richard, there is your hero point. And if we're all ready, we shall begin.
Let's get murdered.
Okay, so you find yourselves in the small hexagonal room where we left off last session. You have defeated the soul-bound doll called Mr. Beak. Its broken wooden body lies on the floor, and you've spent the last half an hour, 40 minutes maybe, treating wounds, recovering hit points, settling yourselves before you move on. The treasure that you found within this room, I'll remind you, was the gem that fell out of the doll's back when you defeated it. It has a crack in it, but you believe it's worth around 5 gold pieces. However, I believe you also identified that it was magical.
Did somebody grab that? Who picked that up?
I don't think I did.
No, I don't have it as
Well,
mine.
you're still here, so yeah,
I
it's on the floor.
thought Kingsman had because he was looking at
Yeah.
it for magical properties.
Kingsman.
I can sense the magic.
I think
and
Magic
the
Man
music,
should have it.
But I don't particularly want to touch it.
Well, it's yours now.
Is anyone got I'll rummage through my pockets and you see, and I pull out one, pull out the other one, and I find one, and I've got a nice big whoosh, handkerchief, and I throw it over the gem and pick it up and keep it all wrapped up in the handkerchief, because everybody knows that evil magic cannot get past Paisley.
That's correct. Yes, it's the anti-magic shield.
Exactly.
Paisley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also within the room is a jeweled spyglass, very well made, and you believe it to be worth around 20 gold pieces. It is also an operable spyglass, so you can functionally use it, but it is a centerpiece as well, so it's worth quite a lot of gold. So you spend time here healing. Is anyone currently wounded? Does anyone need any more healing? Been healing Lex Liana, who obviously got knocked unconscious during the fight with Mr. Beak. But is anyone else injured, and do you need to make any more healing rolls?
I'm not injured.
I'm good.
Kingsman?
I'm good. I didn't get hit.
Okay.
Too fast on my toes.
I think Lex is going to go over to the spyglass and inspect it. Is it heavy?
It's fairly heavy. It's made up of silver. There's quite a lot of jewels encrusted around the outside. The lenses are particularly well made.
She takes a deep look at the spyglass. Her eyes light up as they pass over each sparkling gem. And she kind of balances it in her hand and figures to try to determine its weight. Shoves it in her pack.
Okay. As you're stood over in that side of the room, you actually stood in front of the windows that look out over the lake. You can see the main part of the keep and the lighthouse on the shore opposite. Can you make me a perception check, please?
All of us.
Just Lex for the moment.
Ooh, nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Well done.
Now, the instant this happens, you're obviously on high alert because of what happened a few moments earlier when you was attacked by Mr. Beak. And as soon as this happens, you crouch down to get a better angle. So from outside that broken window across the lake and the main part of the building, you catch a glimpse, a sudden blue glow. It's emanating from the top of the lighthouse. As I say, you crouch down and try and get a better angle to possibly see what the source of the light could be. When, without warning, that glow suddenly becomes an intense bright pulse. You can almost feel the sound as this blue glow flies out from the top of the tower. All three of you now see this as well, because the light intensity is so bright it lights up the entire room. Lex, you are dazzled. So you take an involuntary step backwards, and you take a few minutes to just blink away the spots that form in your eyes. When you look back out of that window now, the light has settled down into intensity, but it's still there, and it's pulsing. It's like boom, boom, boom.
This is the lighthouse.
This is the top of the lighthouse, yeah. And it's rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat. All of you feel goosebumps all over your body suddenly break out.
Does everybody else feel that? It feels a bit unsettling.
It's quite intense.
Yeah, this is definitely unusual.
You also begin to smell sort of plasma in the air. The sort of smell you get just before a storm, an electrical storm. The atmosphere feels charged with energy. Although when you look out the window, and it is becoming dusk now, it is starting to turn to night. In fact, it's probably, I would call it night by the time you spent healing. There are no storm clouds on the horizon, but there is definitely this charged energy in the atmosphere.
It feels like there's a storm coming, and I hate to say it, but I don't think we're in the safest place. But the safest place could possibly be directly under the lighthouse, so maybe we should...
what sort of magic is this, Professor? Your supposed expertise are in this area. What could cause such a thing?
I have no idea. I've never seen anything like this at all.
How far is the lighthouse from where we are?
It's just out the window.
So the base of the lighthouse. So if you recall where you landed last session, you rowed across the fen in the boat, and you landed at. Thank you very much, David. So you landed at the ferry docking area, and you went out into the ruined building, which was the ruined boathouse. And across from there, directly across from there, is the main part of the keep, which is the lighthouse tower.
Okay.
Yeah, just there. So you're currently where your character tokens are in the top left in the Octagon shape room.
Gotcha.
So Lex, you're still stood by the window, I presume, and still looking out over towards the main part of the keep. And you notice, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, actually, Lex takes that spyglass out to try to see if she can't get a better idea of what's up at the top of the lighthouse.
So as you do that, and you're angling towards the top of the copula, you notice that from above the walls of the ruined keep, you see rising up what looks like a large insect. Because you've got a spyglass, you can see it much clearer. And I will just throw up an image of what you see. Please bear with me while I get the right slide. Stood that one up. Thank you. You see this rise up above the wall of the keep, hanging in its jaws. It's around the size of a small horse, a pony.
It's a bloody big fly.
Yeah, it's a bloody big fly. Yeah. Within its jaws, is hanging a small humanoid form.
Oh boy.
So it appears to be blue colouring. And it hovers there for a few seconds, and then just as quickly it drops whatever it's holding in its jaws, and the small form drops through below the level of the wall. And the fly suddenly does that thing where you try and swat it. It suddenly jinks to the left, then to the right very quickly, and then slowly dives back down towards the level of the wall again. You notice that there's two or three arrows being fired up from below. So it appears to be combat over in that section of the tower, as well as whatever is going on at the top of the lighthouse.
Do I recognize the description of the blue person as any of the people who could be missing and that we're looking for?
No. So the people you're looking for are humans. So
okay.
Cool.
It's
a small humanoid creature. What we'll do is you can make a nature check if you like.
Yeah, why not? 7.
Unfortunately, that is.
Can I take a look also to see if I can figure it out?
Well, it's gone now. The fly you catch a look at the fly. It's a giant fly, but the creature it held in its jaws has been dropped. So by the time you get there, unfortunately, it's gone. You can't see.
It's road pizza.
It's road pizza. Yeah. Okay, what do you wish to do?
I think we need to blow this popsicle stand.
I think we. There's two things: is one to get out of this possible storm, and also, yes, let's go kill a fly.
Real quick before we leave, I take a look back into the center. Isn't that where that hand came up in that room?
No, not in that room. So that foreshadowing, if you like, your characters didn't see that. You as players know that information.
Here we are going out one frying pan and into another fire.
I have fire.
That's how it goes.
Don't worry. We'll be perfectly fine.
I love how you are so confident.
Positive is a way of life.
Yes, at least we should please proceed with caution. At least find some sort of tactical advantage to be able to find out whatever it is that's being fought over there. It's not just one thing by the looks of things.
Is there any sort of ground cover, or anything between where we are and where the action is?
Let me put that back up.
We got our small building.
If you recall, when you arrived, you landed here at the ferry. You moved across this level patch of ground, crossed over the bridge, and went in the building. So if you retrace your steps, you will get to the keep wall. Now, much of the keep is collapsed, but the walls are still standing. The tower is completely unmarred. The walls are, they don't appear to have any cracks. There's no part of it that's collapsed or anything like that. It's weirdly almost untouched by time. So if you was to head for that area, and you can see there is a door in the side from your current vantage point, that is where you believe you can get the easiest access into the keep and find out what might be happening either at the top of the lighthouse or what might be happening with the battle you saw.
Well, there's only one path forward, everyone.
Onwards, yes.
All right.
Onwards and upwards, then, I think.
Should we maybe split up to go through the original entrance we came from and to come out the south end? Just a suggestion.
I don't think splitting up would be wise at this time.
Very well. Retrace.
Not with a giant fly bugging around.
Okay, so who's taking the lead?
Well, I'm happy to go. Everyone's kind of like apprehensive. But look, the fly is gone. Better to go now. I think the most worrying thing isn't the fly. The most worrying thing is probably this light.
No, I'd say hitting the ground quite quickly would be the most worrisome thing right now.
We have to go up before we can come down.
Fair. Lex will take up the rear and scout the just kind of use her whatever roguelike ability she has to kind of keep an eye on the backside.
Yeah. So you want to use stealth, try and get some cover, get some
super stealthy.
Yeah.
I'll place my hand on Kingsman's shoulder and I'll take the forward, and I'll
guess I'm in between them. I'm going to do shield up and spear ready as we're walking.
Okay. So Darrad, Kingsman, Aramil, then Lex. If you recall, the bridge that went across to that small section of the island was damaged, so you went across one at a time. So I guess you're going to repeat that process, and you work your way down. excuse me, south towards the tower. And to the door that's in the east side. So from this angle, again, if you want to try and look up at the popular, you can see that lighthouse is still continuing to pulse with that blue light. It is much lower light level intensity than that pulse that went off at the beginning, but it's still boom, boom, boom. That very steady heartbeat like situation. You can see that the light is coming from the very top of the tower, the cupola, the lantern part of the lighthouse. It's not coming from the tower itself; it's coming from that very, very top. The outside of the tower, unlike the rest of the walls, is very, very smooth. It's been well put together, and probably because of that, it's weathered the hundreds of years have passed since Bill Crawley inhabited this place, whereas the other walls have fallen more into ruin. So it looks very difficult to climb. The lighthouse itself stretches over 100 feet into the night sky. And as I said, there is a door in the west wall at the base of the tower that looks like it leads directly into the internal part of the tower, and maybe there is a way up inside.
That's where I'll head for then.
Okay. There is the grass is overgrown here. There are vines. It is an iron-bound door. It's closed. It looks like it hasn't been used for a long time because the grass is growing up in front of it. There are vines wrapped around the wood. What do you want to do?
I'm looking up, eyeball in the sky for giant fly.
Check the door, see if I can.
Just going to try and open it, yeah?
He's going to shoulder barge it, yeah.
Unless there's anyone that wishes to check.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, wait, before you go in, Darid, let me check for some traps.
Okay.
So, Lex leans down by the door. She inspects the handle, and is there a lock?
There is a lock, yes, there is.
She runs her fingers along the area where the door meets the jam, if you will.
Yep.
And slowly just tries to press a little bit on the handle just to test, and she wants to check for any traps.
Okay. What did you roll?
What would I roll for checking for traps?
Thievery? Yes, roll me a thievery check.
Beautiful. That is 23.
Okay. The door is not trapped. The door is not locked, but it is stiff to open. You can almost barely push down the handle. You think that because it hasn't been used for a long time, it's rusted. So
Lex steps back and just kind of nods to Reed and points to the door and says, "It's all yours."
Step up and try and open it.
Okay, can you make me an athletics check, please?
Athletics. Rolled an 11. Uh, 16 total.
Okay. It resists your first attempts. You try again. This time you put the weight of your shoulder, the weight of your body behind it. And then something gives in the handle. It suddenly flies down, and you manage to knock the swollen wood away from the door frame, and the door slides open inwards.
What do we see?
Oh, you enter in the room.
Hello?
Anybody in there?
Okay. So, Dave, you want to reveal the room, please? So, the smooth walls of this circular room are painted in a light grey colour, with no indications of seams between the blocks of stone. So, same as the outside, this is a very well constructed tower. A set of iron stairs winds upwards along the curved walls, going round and round the internal structure of this lighthouse tower, until they eventually terminate. They finish at a trapdoor in the ceiling, 100 feet above. On the floor of this room, however, is the most interesting thing. And laying on the floor is a red bloodstain, fresh blood. It glistens. It's as I say, fresh blood. It's probably enough blood you estimate for a human-sized creature to have bled out here. However, there is no body in sight.
Is there any sign? Well, I guess Lex wants to tentatively step in, and I should actually be on the screen and not trying to move on the video. And she's actually looking for any sign of like a body being dragged.
Yeah. Okay, so Kingsman, Lex, and Aramil, can you make me perception checks, please?
I was going to say, while Lex is looking at the ground, I just slowly look up.
22.
15.
Then
all of you hear what is quite obviously sounds of battle coming from the room adjacent to this one through the door in the south wall.
I thought this area was relatively undisturbed, everyone. Does anyone else hear the sound of what sounds like a massive war going on next door?
Remember the fly, and we saw some arrows and some things. Maybe those things are just right behind this door.
I'll head over to the door and see what I can.
As you approach, the door suddenly shatters. It bursts inwards. The wood splinters horribly towards you. You get your shield up in time and deflect. You don't take any damage from that. And all that remains of that door, and it is a thick, heavy door, is a few splinters that hang loosely from the hinges, now completely useless. Stood within the doorway now is a large maggot. 3 or 4 feet long, standing about 2 feet high off the floor. Again, you see another one of these blue humanoids, this one lifeless, and it's held within its twitching jaws. It seems to be eating the dead flesh. Can you make me, all of you, because you all see this now, a nature check, please?
15.
22.
So the creature that's lifeless and being eaten by this giant-sized maggot is a mitflet. They're the forest gremlin type creatures. They and you know this, Michael, because you roll quite high. They generally have an affinity with these types of creatures. They live kind of in harmony. So to see the giant maggot attacking this creature and presumably having killed it, seems like there's something off here. So I'll just stick up the that is the maggot creature.
Why?
It's currently staying in the doorway.
Oh God!
Is it wearing?
I guess we know where the giant fly came from.
Oh, I bet the mitflets ride
armor.
these things.
Yes, they do. It's armor. So for the first time this session, can you roll me initiative?
Ooh.
And just for those in the audience who don't know how to roll initiative in Pathfinder, Steve, what do we add to our D20?
Right, so some of you will have perception, most of you will have perception. Lex, I will allow you to use the stealth roll that you made earlier. So your initiative, if you wish to use it, is the roll that you made, which was 23, I believe.
I love that, thank you.
But the rest of you will be adding your perception checks. So if you're hiding going into combat, you can use your stealth score. If you're trying to trick somebody by jinking left at start of combat instead of jinking right, use deception. There are many ways to roll initiative in Pathfinder.
And I would like. Oh, go on.
Oh, sorry.
I was just saying I would like to go into battle in stealth mode if possible, since I was kind of hanging out back and away from the door.
Yeah, that is absolutely fine.
Yes.
Let me just drag one of these down onto the map.
Lex, what was your initiative?
23.
Okay, 23. So on the battle map, you'll see the initiative is on the top left corner. You can type those in yourselves. So just go ahead and type in your character initiative for me.
How fancy.
Sorry, so say that again, where we've got to do that?
In the top left corner.
Of Owlbear?
Yep.
Initiative tracker. Ooh.
There you go. You can straight away just type in your own number.
So while we do that, I'll mention that you can get badges merch from our Stream Element store. We do mugs, caps, and t-shirts. And coming soon, according to Dave, bath towels, because I'm getting a badge of bath towel.
Because why not?
Because why not? Yeah, because that would round out your bathroom kit nicely. Okay, is everyone ready? I've put my initiative in. I managed to go dead last, which is great. And not that. There we go.
It's kind of nice to know it's initiative.
It is, yeah. It's quite. I like Owlbear. It's a good tool. It is a great tool.
Yeah.
And you can see when you're up next as well, so you can start thinking about what you're doing. So from a player management point of view, it helps. Let's just take baths. They do take baths and showers.
I won't put a next comment on.
I didn't read the next one. Yeah.
You can if you want to.
Okay. Right. So, Lex, you're up first. There is this giant giant maggot creature in the doorway, and you have first action.
All right. So, taking the fact that she is kind of around the corner, Lex is going to hug the corner, coming around to try to do a sneak attack on the giant maggot. She crouches low and brings out her elven curved blade, and as she makes her way to the maggot, she wants to kind of thrust upward, aiming for its creepy, ugly, gross face, wanting to just slice it right between the jaw.
Go for it.
So, that is a 2 plus my sneak attack is a 6 with all my damage. I get a 12 on my attack. Plus sneak attack.
So you leap out of the shadows, put off slightly by the dead mitflit that's still within the creature's jaws. Mm-hmm. You unfortunately miss the maggot and stab the dead mitflit squarely in the chest. So you have one action left.
Lex is going to disengage and barrel roll off to the side away from the maggot and going towards this little alcove area where the stairs start to go above.
Okay. Can you make me an acrobatics check, please?
I may. Oh, and that's for a 24.
You do exactly as you described. Fortunately, you don't land yourself prone at his feet. You roll away deftly past Aramil and Dared. And it is Aramil. No, it's Kingsman. I apologise.
Okay, if you allow, this giant maggot is trying to this kind of fat, horrible thing is trying to push itself through the door to get to us. Its mandibles are in the door and everything like that. Without thinking, I reach down to my waist where I have a bottle of oil. Sorry, the music just got loud then. A bottle of oil, and I will take it and throw it at the face of this maggot. And then, if I don't need to roll anything, I will then produce flame.
Okay, so you need to roll to hit with the oil flask because you're going to be throwing that past Aramil and Darred. Okay, so you need to make sure you don't hit either of those two.
Great.
It's a 16.
It's a 16. They put you off. Sorry, let me just check. Sorry, even with the circumstance bonus, you hit. Yeah, so. The flask of oil goes flying over their heads and smashes exactly where you aim for it. It manages to miss the body of the mitflit as well, and smash on the maggot's head. So it's now dripping with oil, and you would then want to cast produce flame. Yes. So that is also a roll to hit, though, isn't it? So you need to roll your attack with that.
Okay, let me have a quick look for my. It doesn't say to hit. It just says has a range of 30 feet. Actually, so this is just produce flame.
Okay, so it must be a reflex save, I'm afraid. Then.
Okay, it doesn't say on this one.
Right, I rolled a 10 for a total of 13. What's your spell DC?
Spell DC is... I've got to try and find it. Let's have a look. Spells DC is 16.
16. So it would have taken damage. So therefore you hit it with the produce flame.
Yep.
So roll 2d6. I'll give you 2d6 for the oil.
Thank you. 6 and 8, 9.
9. So suddenly, from behind you, you hear the crackling sound of fire that you've heard from Kingsman before when you was in battle with Mr. Beak last time. And that fire flies deftly across the room, landing on the giant maggot's face, where it just bursts into flame, fueled by the flask of oil that you threw earlier. It is now a crispy maggot, and an enraged crispy maggot, because it's still alive.
Is it on fire maggot? Is there fire around its face?
Yes, there is.
Yes. When it gets to my turn, I'm going to utilise that then, hopefully, to open it up slightly.
Okay. So next up we have Aramil, followed by Darred.
I'm going to cast Electric Arc on him. It's got a 17 DC. I'm assuming that's for you.
Yeah, so it's a reflex save, I assume.
Yeah.
That's a 15, so roll your damage.
Dig it in.
2d4. 8.
8 points of damage. So electric arc, what bursts from your hands, flies across the room. Can you also move the creature with that spell?
Electric arc. It doesn't say, no. He doesn't move.
Okay, so you complete casting in a spell, and electricity shoots from your hands, jumps across the 10 feet that your space from the giant maggot, hits it squarely between the eyes. It's still alive, but looking severely damaged now. Is there anything else you want to do? I believe that's a 2-action spell. So
it is 2. Left. I'm gonna throw my spear right for its mouth.
Okay, make me a strike attack then, please.
+3. 4.
So your spear flies directly into the body of the now burning mitflit that's still held in its jaws, because I haven't been yet, but does no damage at all to the maggot. Darren, it's your turn.
Utilising the moment as the flames catch on it, and it's sort of, I would hope it would rear back. I'm going to lunge forward, plunging my sword into the lower part of its gut and trying to sort of move up and open the thing.
Okay. Roll to it then, please.
Let's get my weapons. Use that was pretty good. Natural 20 for a 25.
Nice.
Would you like me to draw a critical hit card?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, critical hit card, which we are going to reserve for natural 20s and natural ones. We're not going to do these for all crits. So you're doing slashing damage. And this is gory. So the target is sickened 1, as well as doing your double damage. So in addition to double damage, it's also sickened 1. I'm not sure I want to see a sickened maggot, but there you go. So roll your damage.
Okay, so 12 on the dice. 14 damage total.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
And I rolled the wrong dice, but either that's awesome. So yeah, running in sort of thing, and as it sort of reared up from the flames, literally just sword in and slicing along the soft underside of it.
You do exactly that. You go so deep, in fact, that you lift it bodily from the floor as you retrieve your sword backwards.
It is a talent.
Ichor and fluid spill all over the floor, fortunately extinguishing the flames that was coming from the oil in the doorway. And as you throw the lifeless creature's body behind you, freeing it from your sword, you happen to look into the next room,
which I
will describe to you.
Nope.
So, piles of rotting timbers and loose stones lie in heaps throughout this large L-shaped hall. Clumps of moss and tangled vines spill down from gaps in the wooden ceiling above. Several doors lead out to all sides, most of all now smashed and broken, as whatever was held inside those rooms has now broken out. Debris completely blocks a wooden stairwell that leads up to a large hole in the ceiling, and here and there the stone walls bear the scars of fire or damage from an ancient battle. The current state of the room, as you look in, is one of complete bedlam. More of these giant maggots fill the portion of the room further to the south, facing off against several mitflits. Towards the northeast, more mitflits defend what appears to be their leader from 2 giant flies fleeting attacks as they swoop down and try and pick off more victims. That leader, a slightly larger mitflit, wearing a crown made of what appears to be broken pieces of bark and twine, is wielding a trident. Although he's not currently trying to defend himself or battle the flies. What he seems to be intent on doing is trying to calm down a giant spider-like creature. As he has not yet been torn limb from limb by the camel-sized creature, you can only assume it is having some success. Right, so I'm going to quickly throw up the artwork for the 7 things that are in the room. And there is the mitflit leader with the trident. There's the mitflits. This is the large spider, and like I say, this is the size of a camel. This is a large creature. And there are the maggots.
Nope.
Further to the south.
Nope. God, sorry, I hate maggots. Oh God. And this,
Okay.
I have 6 tarantulas off screen, but
No, maggots, no. Fuzzy spiders, yes.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to leave you to roll your initiatives again, please, because this is a separate piece of combat. I'm going to load the map up with all of the tokens. So, Dave, if you would like to entertain,
I can entertain everyone.
Some stuff while I go silent.
My also is 22.
221.
Boom. Okay. That's what makes me go first. So yeah, we were talking about Steve brought up some stuff earlier about the Badger merch. You can get your Badger merch now. It's available in only our website. So go check it out. It's not just Badger logo, but if you like what we do and you want to support us, don't just stick it on Patreon or something else where they're going to take a percentage anyway. Get yourself a cool hoodie, t-shirt, mug, whatever you want to do it that way. And we've got, it's not just the paw print, the logo, the branding. We've got some artwork on there. We've got some cartoon badges. Go find something nice that you like the look of, including a bath towel.
And excuse me?
A bath
towel.
Oh, bath towel. I heard a bunter, and I'm like, I don't.
A bunter. No.
A bunter. I'm like, that's a new one to me, Dave. I don't know that one.
A bunter, I don't know, but we could do Badger bunting for the Badger barbecue. We could do that. That's possible.
And if you do like merch, you can always head over to Dragonborn Industries, where there is Dragonborn Industries and Warrior Prince merch for painting out the monster manual.
There is, yes.
And TurboDork has merch too. Just saying.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Oh, and I got a 16. I rolled perception for my initiative because I don't think I'm in stealth anymore.
No, you're not in stealth. So if you could add that to the initiative tracker,
did.
Would be much appreciated.
Ahead of it.
Doing tokens.
Look at this. Look how the map is coming along. This is not looking too good.
I know.
There's a lot of things starting to move on that.
It's a lot of gross things.
This is when I start to regret putting so many things in combat.
Thanks.
And actually,
you did this to yourself.
Meredith, you have a question in chat. We have Steve Jackson Games. Is there Steve Jackson Games merch available?
Yes, we're getting a whole new line of shirts printed, and hopefully they'll be up on warehouse23.com, which is where you can buy all of your Steve Jackson games at warehouse23.com. But yeah, we got some cool new Eye of the Pyramid shirts that one of our new game designers designed. So she's a game designer and a designer. She's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We've got some other bits and pieces. How we're looking, Steve? I'm seeing that this is not. Remember, we're level 1, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think you forgot that detail.
It looks like this is an army that he's put. Look at this. He's
Right.
putting
Would
together
you
an army.
mind sticking in Mitflitz 9?
Oh, hold on. Mitflitz 9. Yep.
Giant Fly 11.
Giant Fly 11.
And Giant Maggot 15, please.
15. Okay, there we go.
Right, I apologise for that taking so long.
Not a problem.
Okay, so Aramil, you're up first. So you can see this battlefield in front of you in the next room.
As I'm running through, I'm picking up my spear. My cage clicks open, and Volanya heads for the hills. She disappears. She's to somewhere safe. She doesn't want any part of this mess. My movement is only 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll take that as one action. You're not picking up my spear. Is that just a free?
Yeah, I'll allow you to have that as free action. That's fine.
And I'm gonna cast electric arc again on the nearest maggot.
Yep, that would be
that guy, I guess.
That one there.
So that'll be a DC 17 reflex for you.
And I roll a DC 17, so that's a pass. That's a success.
And I rolled a 6 for damage.
6 for damage. Okay. So the electric arc again flies out of your hands, but you know, you can tell that it didn't do as much damage as it did before. This creature was more wary, shall we say? Okay, so that's your round over, I believe. Kingsman, you're up next.
Okay, I'm gonna do something pretty much what I did previously. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll step past Darrad in the doorway.
Yeah.
And I see all this going on, and I will launch. I have 3 of those vials of oil.
Yeah.
I'll grab another one, and I'm going to aim for this big maggot in the middle and hopefully do some splash damage if I can.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we are trying to help the Mitflits or we just don't care.
That's really for you to decide.
I'm just gonna aim for the giant maggot.
Okay. Right. Roll your hit for me then, please.
Okay. That is a 12.
A 12 total.
12 total.
Okay, that misses.
Okay.
So the oil sails over the giant maggot this time and splashes on the floor just behind. So in that square there. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So just if you want to put something there just to highlight it that's where the oil is. All right.
Yep.
Okay, do you so that was 1 move action and 1 throw action. You have 1 action left.
I'll go. Oh darn. Can I try it again?
You can throw the oil, yeah.
My last vial of oil.
Yep. Go for it, roll. So don't forget this has a multi-attack penalty. So you're going to have a -4 to this roll.
That is a 23 -4.
Did you roll a nat 20?
No, I've got a 19.
Okay, so that is 19. Yeah, you hit. The oil splashes across the
maggot.
The maggot. It's not lit though. Okay.
No, so yeah, I've run out of actions. But
yeah. So it is covered in oil, and there is oil in the square behind it, but it is not lit at the moment.
Oh no, produce flame as a cantrip. I was going to say, can I use it as a reaction? But that's fine.
No.
Cool.
Right, so that's your go over. Darren, you're up next.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm moving forward, but I'm wanting to utilise the bottleneck here, hopefully. So I'm going to stay here for now with weapon and shield out, and hand that's holding my shield sort of clutches my my holy symbol. My sword glows slightly, and I will unleash a divine lance.
Okay.
At the maggot. Divine lance, 60 feet range, and I've got to make a ranged attack.
Okay.
2d4. Plus 6, 14.
14 hits.
Nice.
Roll your damage. 2
wonderful d4. I haven't got a second d4. What? 4 points of damage.
Okay, so is that the same maggot that Dave's covered in oil and
yes.
Oh, so
yeah.
So 4 points of damage. Okay, it staggers back slightly from the force of that blow, but is still up, still angry.
And I'll also sort of raise my shield, have my sword up, ready for anything incoming.
Yeah. Okay. You'll go over, Lex. You're next.
All right. Lex is going to make her way into the room and kind of angle herself in the back, but square dead on with the maggot in front of her, and she's going to pull out her crossbow and raise it, put a bolt in, and aim for the maggot.
Yeah. Same one that's been injured, yeah?
Same one that's been injured. Oh, beautiful. Everyone, this is great. I rolled a critical 1.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, critical fumble deck comes into play. Piercing damage.
This could be
How
bad.
does she slice her hand off with her own crossbow?
This is not too bad. So it says if this is a thrown weapon attack, which it isn't, the target can hold the weapon, so it catches the weapon in the air and then uses it to wield. So I mean that's fallen fortunately in favour for you because it makes no difference. So your shot just careens off the wall ineffectively. Then the bolt falls at Darred's feet.
I'm
and
absolutely sure these Mitflits think we're not a help to them at all at this point.
Some of us
are. You do have one action left.
Oh, you know what? Let's go for 2. Lex readies another bolt and goes to.
Okay, so you will have the minus this time.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a 9 minus, so it still doesn't hit.
So this shot doesn't hit the wall this time. You overcompensate, and it flies way into the back of the room, thudding into the board and stuff.
She just shakes her head and wonders why she thought about doing that. Really, I was never good at the crossbow. I really just thought I'd try, guys. I thought that'd be good, but yeah, she just that's what she does.
It's okay, I'm sure. We're getting to our rhythm. That's all
Practice
it is.
makes perfect.
It's quite unsettling to see these giant maggots.
Not a giant thing to miss at all,
I mean, the smell of the one that's still burning behind us is quite terrible.
Okay, so the maggots spotting some larger food sources will move up and face off against Aramil and Darred. And Darred, I hit 25.
25 hits.
Yeah, what's your armor class?
20.
Okay, so that's not critical. And Aramil armor class 20.
17.
Okay. So Aramil, you take 4 points of damage, and Darred, you take 8 points of damage, please.
Can I use shield block as a reaction?
Yes. Yes, you can. So the damage gets reflected to your shield. What's the hardness on the shield?
Hardness on the shield. 3.
Okay, so that 8 damage gets reduced by 3 to 5. Take 5 hit points off your shield.
5 hit points off my shield. That is now down to 7.
Okay. Right, so just keep a note of that, because when your shield hits 0 hit points, it's 0 hit points.
Shield HP 12 down to 7.
Okay, so the giant flies continue to attack the Mitflits. They both hit, and those Mitflits go down. Actually, take them off the board. And then they fly back up sort of to the ceiling a bit further away. So seeing the 2 Mitflits who were protecting their boss go down, the Mitflits who were previously engaged with the giant maggots move over to form a sort of defensive shield wall around their boss. They're waving around short swords, so they're pretty ineffectual.
It seems to have some kind of hierarchy. We should be safe.
And top of the round, Aramil, you are first, so you have a giant maggot directly in front of you.
I'm going to breathe fire. 17 DC for you.
Is that a cone, and does it get both of them? Okay,
yes.
So two reflex saving throws, neither of which I got anywhere near 17.
5 damage.
5 damage.
And for my last attack, I'm going to take my spear and come right down on his head. So, 17, 20, a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
For 6.
for 6 points of damage. The one in front of you, or the one that you was hitting earlier?
In front of me. Right in front of me.
Right in front of you. Okay, so that one is still up. You breathed fire correctly?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. So that also causes the one that's covered in oil to burst into flames. That's the one that's directly in front of Darred. So please roll 2d6 for the additional damage.
6.
That is exactly what you needed.
Boom!
So this giant maggot suddenly bursts into flames as you unleash your fiery breath on both of them, and it kills over and dies. The extra damage was enough to kill it, but unfortunately, the one directly in front of you is still standing.
For now.
For now, yes. So that's your go over, Kingsman. You are up.
Okay, so that one's on fire. I'll go for the next one. Now, what I want to do is, if it's okay, with the one that's in front of Aramil, is that crossbow bolt from Lex is still on the floor?
Yeah, it's there right in front of you.
I have a cantrip called telekinetic projectile.
My favourite cantrip in the whole of the game.
So it's like I'm going to just see it and pick it up, and throw it into the next maggot in front of Aramil.
Yep, roll to hit.
That is a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
I flick it off the floor. Goes into. Yes, go on.
So left hand for the second time tonight.
I was just going to
Pretty colours.
Go on.
So you overcompensate the spell so much that it morphs the telekinetic projectile cantrip with colour spray, and as it takes off across the room, there's a trail of rainbow colours coming out.
I was going to say this thing is Arrow from Guardians of the Galaxy. The arrow.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah. Yondu's arrow. Yeah.
Yondu. Yeah.
Yeah. So the target is dazzled as well as hit by this projectile. So roll your damage, please.
And he's bedazzled now as well.
He's bedazzled.
Bedazzled. So it says 2d6 bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage if you allow that, depending on the object.
It'd be piercing damage because you've used a crossbow bolt. Yeah.
But you're okay with 2d6?
2d6 damage. Yeah. That's right.
And
I absolutely love that cantrip.
So then it's critical success. So that's double damage. So 4d6.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's a hefty gun.
Just from a flick of the wrist. Flick of the wrist, you see.
Can have all sorts of effects.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage.
Oh, yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Like Yondu.
Okay.
I got out. And you see this bolt pick up and has this line of rainbow line behind it as it goes and just tears this maggot to pieces. Like it just, and these things, because I don't think it's like a big balloon. Just
yeah, all the liquid just spews out and it slowly just dribbles up into this
all over
empty
Aramil.
Gag.
All this slime, and Aramil's just covered in green slime.
Yummy.
You got slimed.
Well done. You've taken down the giant maggots in short order.
That's it.
That's my first kill.
So I'll take them off the board. And
Filthy maggot.
Garage, you're up next.
Okay, so we've got Mitflitz didn't pay us any attention, did they?
No, they've all run off to defend their boss. Basically, that's what their
the giant
role in
fire
life
is
is.
pretty gnarly. So I am gonna pop around here and I'm gonna do the same again. Shield up, sword up, but holy symbol, charge through the sword and release a divine lance.
Okay,
Nice.
at one of the flies, yeah.
At one of the flies, yeah. I did an 11 hit.
And 11 does not hit.
Okay, I miss.
That's the first attack.
It's a 2-action cantrip.
Yeah. So if you have to move, then that's your 3 actions. It's, reaction economy is great, and then you start thinking, what could I do if I had 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's your go over, Lex.
Is the bite aware of us, or is the bite focused on the Mitflits?
So the bite is focused almost solely on the boss, Scrawl.
Perfect.
And Scrawl is focused entirely on bite.
So one would say that the bite is unaware of me, hiding behind the corner here.
For you, flat-footed, I believe the correct term is.
Beautiful. So because I have a wonderful speed of 35, I can do 1, 2, 3. I guess let me count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to sneak attack this big booty spider right in its big booty. Big booty spider.
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. We have a nice 21.
You hit.
I hit.
Let me
damage.
Let me just check.
Yeah, not a nat 21 or just a regular old 21.
Yeah, that's not enough to get a critical hit. You beat your armor class by 10.
And we get that 1d8 plus 4 stabbing plus the 1d6 on my sneak attack for a total of 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay. I'll describe what happens now, and then you can take your next action, okay? Because you still have one action left.
Yeah.
The creature screams with an almost humanoid voice at this attack. You've hit in a really soft bit in the thorax, I think it's called. In the rear of the spider. The webbing sac you pierce, and that gooey sticky liquid goes all over the floor, and it screams with this almost humanoid voice. Simultaneously, Scrawl, the boss of the Mitflits, emits the same scream.
Oh.
He looks you directly in the eye as you take this action and yells, "Mitflits, attacker!"
Right.
Now it's your action.
Sorry, I thought he was after you. I was just trying to help. Lex says in a free action.
My bite. That's my bite.
Oh, that's your friend. Really didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Really, I love spiders. They're great.
Let me take that knife out.
Lex is going to use that free action to
run like hell.
No, I've already used movement, and I only have 5 steps. You know what? We're not going to get along, Mr. Mitflit? No chance in hell?
No. Killer.
Okay, Lex raises her blade, and she's like, okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to say goodbye to your bite, and she's going to go for a second hit on the bite.
Go for it.
Because that's how she is. Oh, beautiful. 22.
You hit.
Well done.
And for attack, we will get a 10.
10 damage.
Yep, 10 damage.
How do you want to do it?
You killed my bite.
Lex is staring straight into Scrawl's eyes with while he looks at her with possible murderous intent. And she's like, you want to attack us? Then again, say goodbye to bite. And she grabs her blade and she just like slices off the back 4 of the legs, going into the thorax, sliding it through to the abdomen, and screaming out at him, I hope you're ready for dinner. Because look, Lex is really interested in eating these things. Maybe I, as a player, have been watching way too much Delicious in Dungeon. I just might. But Lex now, as a character, wants to eat things. So that's what she does. She just slices it.
just go out from the remaining legs, go out from underneath Bite's body, and it collapses to the floor in a pile of blood and goo. And Scrawn just stands there looking at you with complete murderous intent as all of the 4 remaining Mitflits turn in your direction.
Lex raises her blade straight at Scrong and says, "You're next." Sorry, everyone. We just gotta be brave. We gotta be brave.
I was not expecting that, Anna. Right, so the giant flies.
Attack the things that weren't attacking us.
The giant flies will take on the Mitflits again. There are nat 20, so yeah, he's deader than dead. So they come off.
This is a Mitflit, not us.
That one, and that's my go over because I'd have been better off rolling crap for initiative, really, and going at the end. But there you go. So Aramil, you're up next. That took some balls, Lex. So that was very impressive.
Look, when you mess up, just go with it.
Just live with the consequences. Go all in.
Yep.
4. I moved into position. I am going to cast Breathe Fire again.
What's the range on Breathe Fire? And Lex is in front of you.
Thanks.
Well, I was going to go for the giant fly north of her. Oh, but the cone, is that cone still gonna?
What's the length on the cone?
A gout of flame sprays from your mouth. You deal 2d6 fire damage. Blah blah blah. It doesn't. It just says 15-foot cone.
Yeah, so 15 foot wouldn't be enough to reach because they're up on the ceiling, so they're outside of range.
All right.
They're basically flying down, taking their attack, and then retreating again.
All right, I'll go back to my default of electric arc.
Okay.
17 DC.
Yep. That's a fail. That may even be a critical fail.
6 on the damage.
It's not a critical fail. 6 damage, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you electric arc upwards towards the ceiling. You hit one of these flies. You do your damage. It's still going.
It does say 1 or 2 creatures, and they're side by side. The Mifflet, but I don't know.
But they're not because
in the air.
The elevation.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. If you was to have done it at the Mitflit, you could have hit Scrawn as well because they're only 5 foot apart. But a giant fly, elevation wise, is like 30 or 40 feet in the air.
Right.
Okay, that's your go over. Kingsman, you're next.
Well, I need to come onto the map because I'm just off the side. So I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I see what Aramil is trying to do with the fly up in the air.
Yeah. And
I will do Scorching Blast straight up into it.
Is that a roll to hit or a saving throw?
It is a roll to hit, unfortunately, but I get +6. 16. That's a 19 to hit.
19 is a hit. Yep.
Okay, and that's 2d8 fire damage for 5, 6, 7 points of fire damage.
Same one that Aramil hit, yeah.
Yes, the one in the
day. You do hit it. It tries to do that maneuver where it flicks away at the last second, but you manage to predict where it's going to go well enough to still strike it with the flame. So,
yep.
So that was a good hit, hefty hit.
That's my first attack.
Is it a 1-action spell?
It is a 1-action spell.
Okay, you have 1 more action to go.
Let's try. No. It wasn't critical, but it's a 9 + 6
-4.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a miss. It's a miss, but not a critical miss. So you didn't blow somebody up, which is good.
Well,
okay. After Kingsman, we have Scrawn. So Scrawn is going to pull from his belt a blow dart that's hanging there, load up a dart, and Lex is going to fire it at you.
You who?
It hits with 21.
Who are you targeting?
Lex.
Me. I have an AC of 18, so.
Okay, so the dart hits. You.
Can I do a reaction, a magical shield on her?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Do that, and then a bubble appears around her.
So that dart was definitely going to hit. It was going to hit you in the neck. But suddenly, this magical bubble appears from nowhere, and the dart flies away, lands on the floor just adjacent to you. A good move. Strong grunts in fury at that and moves forward to attack you with the trident.
Do I have? I wish I had the ability.
So I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, good job, Scrog.
They're going to trip over and impale themselves.
Yeah.
So unused to fighting for himself because the Mitflits normally do it for him. He finds that his muscles are out of shape, and as he goes to lift the trident above his head to strike down at you, he pulls a muscle and is now enfeebled.
Oh, can I take a free action to just say something?
Yeah, please do.
Lex looks down. Well, it's free action. Lex looks down at Scrog, and brings her blade down right to the tip of his neck, and she says, "Stand down." I'll roll an intimidation check for that too.
You don't need to.
Cool.
The creature is a complete coward.
Yeah. Tell your followers, your things, to stand down on us. We attack the flies.
But you're the ones that are attacking. You're making them do it. You're making them do it. It's not me. You're making them do it. You sent all the creatures mad. It's not us. And with that, from the back of the room, this set of double doors that's in the top northeast corner, again, there's this shuddering. Something heavy, weighty is smashing against those doors.
This is not good.
What bursts through this time is not the nightmare giant maggot that you thought may be trying to work its way up.
It's much worse.
It's much worse. Yes. They shatter as a giant scorpion enters.
A frickin' scorpion.
No, we don't. No, those get into my house in real life. No. I don't like that.
And yes, there is a tiger in its claws.
It's a scorpion fighting a tiger.
Did it really bring in a tiger?
No.
Because then Lex is really pissed and really upset.
But what it did bring in was another of the Mitflits, grasped in its claws. This one very much alive, but with a deft, those claws close. The Mitflit falls in half, dead to the floor. Another Mitflit emerges from the room behind, trying to escape, running for safety. When, quicker than the eye can blink, the tail snaps down, plunging through the creature's back and out the front. The creature dies instantly.
Nope.
The tail retracts, and with a flick of the wrist, to quote Dave from earlier, the creature is flung from the scorpion's tail to smash against the wall, fall lifeless to the floor. Why are you doing this? They're our creatures. They were friendly. Why are you doing this?
We're not doing anything. Lex looks at her companions in utter confusion. We're not doing anything, right?
No, I didn't touch a thing. Honest. Arimo, did you touch anything?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Dara, did you?
No.
No, it wasn't us.
Kingsman.
Yes.
What about the gem?
It could. I kept it in a handkerchief.
I I mean, the gem was controlling Mr. Beak. Do you think the gem can be controlling these creatures?
I don't know. I'll take it out and have a quick look. But I don't think we've got time, and I need to study this.
That's
Kingsman,
fair.
show it to Strong. Show it to him.
Darryd, you're up next. This giant scorpion creature has entered the room.
Okay, obviously, have I? As the combat has progressed, have I heard the conversation as such, or is it a case of I've just seen Scrawn go for Lex?
We'll say you've heard the conversation.
Okay, I'll move up. I'm not going to go past. I'm keeping an eye on Scrawn, but I'm going to shield up, weapon out, and I'm going to Divine Lance the Scorpion.
Okay. Roll here for me then, please.
There's a 22 hit.
A 22 does hit.
And 7 damage.
7 points of damage. Okay. You draw first blood on the creature as you crack of its hardened shell. It does that thing that scorpions do where it turns around on the spot.
Ooh.
Tail ready, poised in your direction. After Darryd, we have Lex.
Lex looks down at Scrong and says, "Stay." She assesses the situation. The fly that is north of her, is that the one that looks like it's most damaged?
Yes, the other one is completely uninjured. The one to the north has been hit a couple of times.
Lex readies her crossbow and takes aim at the giant fly.
Okay.
She'll
Go for it.
For 12 to attack.
That unfortunately misses. The bolt flies past. The fly doing its dodges it at the last second, as you saw from the other side of from the lake earlier.
Well,
so that's an unfortunate miss. You do have more actions.
Yep, Lex readies another bolt and goes for a nat 20. Negative, but nat 20.
Okay, so with this, you do triple damage instead of double damage, and the target is slowed for 1 round because you skewer it to the wall. You hit at the base of the wing, and you skewer it to the ceiling.
Okay. All right. So Lex. Oh God. Okay. So how do I want to do this? I guess I'll just roll for my damage first. So it's going to be 1d8 piercing. Do we just want to multiply it, or
it's up to you? You can roll 3 times, or you can roll it once and multiply it. I'm easy.
Let's roll. Where's my d8? Come here. Where are you, you silly die? Here we go. Let's do this 3 times. A 1 plus a 5 plus a 8.
Okay, nice.
Do
so
the
that's
maths.
14 points of damage.
14 points.
How do you want to do it?
All right, Lex. She gets the crossbow, aims it. I don't know why I'm using it like a gun, like real American would. Crossbow on a gun. No, she aims her crossbow, looks up at the fly. I know, they give us one when you move here. And she takes a deep breath, shakes off the fact that she missed the last time, and she looks dead in the multitude of eyes of the giant fly and aims for the big, gross, shiny eye that is staring at her. And she lets off a single bolt without a single sound from her. And she closes her eyes and just hopes it hits.
It hits. It goes straight through the eye, straight through the creature's head, and its lifeless body is now stuck to the ceiling by your crossbow bolt.
Love it.
The other fly, seeing that the tide has turned somewhat, decides to bug out and flies up through the hole in the ceiling. disappearing into the night sky. The giant scorpion moves towards you.
It runs away, Steve, doesn't it?
It runs away.
Ignoring the Mitflit.
Brave Sir Robin.
Feet. And
I believe I still have one more action. I still had.
Sorry, yes, you do. Apologies, yes, you do. Have
No
one more
worries.
action.
No. Lex is going to pick up Scrog by his collar and use him. No, she's going to use him as a Mitflit shield.
Make me an athletics check, please.
Poor Mitflit man.
16.
Yep, that's good enough. You're now holding Scrong as a Mitflit shield. Okay.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm playing opposite of my other game. It's so nice to kind of have some power. It's so nice. I'm not a good little clerk.
Okay, the giant scorpion moves towards you, Darred, and it goes to grab you with its pincer, and that hits armor class 15.
20.
20. So that you glance it off with the shield. With its second attack, it's going to bring down that stinger, overhead stinger, and try and get you in the chest, same as it did with a Mitflit previously. Jesus, so gross. 14 to hit. So again, you just deflect that away with the shield. And
this is
that's my go over.
Was it Clash of the Titans original?
Yeah.
The giant.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Only whoever rolled in that film was rolling better amount of 3 and a 4. Aramil, you're up.
Movement doesn't count as part of our action, correct?
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
All right.
You have 3 actions. You can move up to your speed for 1 action.
Now, is diagonal that counts as 1 versus straight up or sideways?
You can go 1 once, and then the second time you go diagonal, it'd be 10 feet.
So diagonal's 10, or is that 5?
The first one is 5. The second diagonal you do is 10.
Gotcha. All right, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm right up. Now I'm going to cast Breathe Fire on this wicked beast. 17 DC. 5 damage.
That's... I passed the saving throw, so it's half. You breathe across this hardened surface, but it seems to mostly deflect away rather than doing any real damage like you were doing on the maggots. Okay, that's your go over. So Kingsman, you're up next. The only real threat in the room. Oh, sorry. Before we move on, Aramil, make me a nature check, please.
Nature is +7, 26, baby.
Okay, so this scorpion is not behaving normally, as you saw with the giant maggots. These are not necessarily instantly aggressive creatures. This level of aggression normally comes when they're protecting something, but you don't think that is the case with this creature. It seems enraged, unnaturally so.
Oh, man. Okay.
Kingsman, you're up.
We mentioned this earlier, and I'm running a little bit low on magic, so I'm going to try something we haven't done before. I've got this gem in the handkerchief, and I'm going to hold the gem up, let the handkerchief fall down so that the gem is exposed, and hold my hand up, hold my arm up high, and just see if it does anything.
It does not. It does not react. It does not push away or anything. Make me an Arcana check, though, please.
Okay. That is an 18.
Okay, so you hadn't noticed this before because you'd been in combat. I mean, you essentially walked into this room, you faced off against giant maggot, and it's been go, go, go since the point you arrived inside the the lighthouse tower. But now you stop and you think. Now you've stood and you've lifted this gem in the air. Your experimental mind, this mind that's been trained at the university to pick things up, kicks in. You notice that every single hair on your body is statically charged. It's standing out. The hair on your back of your neck is stood rigid, and it lessens every time there's that boom, 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 that's coming from up in the top of the lighthouse. It eases and then it becomes intense again. It eases and becomes intense again, and you can feel that.
I don't think the I think if Ch1 is correct that these animals are raging on their own, I don't think it's the gem. I think it's the light from the lighthouse, the pulse. Can you feel it? We felt it before.
How would that be?
I don't know, but there are obviously a lot.
How can a light affect them? It doesn't affect us.
It may just be something else coming out, and the light is just an effect, but it may be more of a magical pulse, a control, some kind of signal. Who knows? I don't know, but maybe we should. Maybe we need to go up and turn the light off.
I join in the conversation and I scream, something is pissing these creatures off. This is erratic behavior, and I'm agreeing with Kingsman. Yes, let's go.
Okay, so it's your action, Kingsman. What do you want to do?
I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to put the scorpion down first. We can't get out of here with this thing chasing us. We're gonna have to put it down and then see what we can do.
Do you have any more of those oil fire things, Kingsman? Can you?
They've all gone. I only had the 3.
Man.
I will do. He's in the way. I will do Force Bolt, which is a focus spell, and it's basically, in my mind, it's like magic missile.
Yeah.
I cannot miss.
Yeah.
So it's an auto hit. It's only a D4. It's a D4 plus 1. That's 3 points. 3 points of damage. We just have to keep. I think we just have to keep chopping away at this thing.
Okay, that shoots out, and again it hits the carapace, and there's a few spider-like cracks that appear, spiderweb-like cracks that appear in the hardened shell, but you don't believe it did that much damage. Okay, it's your go over. Scrawl's go. Scrawl is going to try and escape from your grasp, Lex. That's a 22 on the athletics check, which I believe beats yours.
Yeah.
So he manages to squirm away, and he legs it towards the door. However, Scorpion, seeing that motion, will immediately strike down with its tail, using its attack of opportunity, hitting for a 19, which is a hit. Squall takes a bit of damage, but still manages to limp away. I do have to make saving throw. Which I think he passes. Yeah. Okay. He makes it to the door and goes through, but he is heavily injured. He was basically crawling as he exited the room. The other Mitflet is also going to run away to aid the boss. So now in the room it is just you and the scorpion creature. Darred, your turn.
Okay, I will. Yeah, I'm just gonna sword strike, attack him.
Okay. Roll hit then for me, please.
Can I hit multiple times, or is it just?
Yeah, you can hit 3 times, but when you do multiple attacks, each subsequent attack gets a penalty, a -5 penalty.
Okay, so I will say +5 to hit. So first strike 17 to hit.
17 is a miss, I believe. Let me just confirm. Yep, that's a miss. The first one is a miss. So the second one is a flat dice roll.
Second one's a natural one.
Okay.
Ooh.
What weapon are you using?
Longsword.
Okay.
Use a hero point.
Okay, so it doesn't apply.
Oh, yeah.
So you attacked with the claw of fist. You can't use that attack till the end of your next turn. So you swing the sword wildly. It glances off the hardened carapace and somehow manages to get stuck in the wall. You're unable to make any more attack actions until your next turn.
Spend my third action pulling it out.
Yeah. Okay, that's you over. Lex, you are up to finish the round, please.
All right. I'm right near it. It's facing us. It's not like reared up in any way. Like I can't see the underside of its abdomen, can I?
No,
right.
It's been pretty defensive. If you go directly opposite Darrad, if you move to go directly opposite Darrad, then you will be flanking it, which will grant you the flat-footed condition, which means you will get your sneak attack damage.
No, I'll get what damage?
Sneak attack damage.
Sneak attack. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, that's what Lex is going to, while it's occupied with Darrad, she's going to take the long way around to the other side of Mr. Giant Scorpion and once again ready her blade, and we're going to roll for an attack. So let's see what I get. 14.
That's a miss. So you can take another attack, but you get -4 to the roll.
You know, why don't I use a hero point to reroll?
Go for it. That's what
Why
they're for.
don't I? That's what they're there for, right, guys? All right,
keep using them.
Oh, beautiful. That's a 16 plus 7. So
That is a hit.
Yeah.
So roll your damage.
Beautiful damage. 1d8 plus sneak attack. So come on. Where's my rolling options? Damage for 10.
10 points of damage. Good hit. So you do manage to find a weak point at the base of the tail that you've moved around behind, and you manage to just slide the dagger in there and do some good damage. It's still pretty healthy though, so it's a big creature. And it's my turn.
No.
So Darrad, still focused on you and you being slightly distracted, having swung your sword and got it caught in the debris at your feet. It goes to attack you with a pincer, hitting armor class 22. Okay. It grabs hold of the arm that you're using to try and pull the sword out.
Can I do
9 points of damage?
9 points. I will use my reaction to do shield block if possible.
Yeah, go for it.
If it's possible.
Do you know what? No, I'm not going to allow that because your sword got stuck because you did roll that one. So I'm going to punish you a little bit.
No worries. 9. I'll take 9 damage.
So it grabs on to your arm as you're trying to pull the sword out. It grabs on with its pincer, and you can feel it getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Now you can attempt an escape if you wish. Right, roll me an athletics check, please.
Athletics. Come on. Ooh, roll a 13. 18.
You realise you're going to have to release a sword to try and pull your arm away, but even doing that, the serrated edges inside the claw have gripped on. They've ripped into the flesh, and you pull, but it's like an iron vice-like grip that you're pulling against. There is real strength and power here, and it has you. And as it finishes its attack, it clamps down even harder, and you take an additional
Can I take a
12
reaction?
points of damage.
I'm down.
Sorry, go on, Aramel.
I want to take a reaction and just violently use my 3 actions and just stab the shit out of that claw with my spear.
What I will allow you to do is try and jam the spear in the claw to stop the damage.
And kind of wedge it.
Can I also use my reaction to cast shield?
You can't, because one of your arms is trapped and you attempted to escape, but you didn't manage it.
So do you want me to just roll normal attack with the spear?
It's going to be an athletics roll, please, and you need to beat the escape DC of its claw.
Can someone else cast shield?
It's already hit. We should have done it in the first attack.
Yeah, and I'm out of shield spells.
So you want me to do athletics?
Yes, please, Aramil. Make an athletics check.
Athletics. Oof. Not my strongest suit. 6.
You jam the spear in there, but it's seemingly useless. That constricting movement finishes, and you hear the audible snap of Darren's arm.
Oh!
Are we sure it wasn't my spear?
You're unconscious, correct? Darren falls to the floor, unconscious. That's my go over. Aramil, it's your turn.
Does it release me?
Yes, it releases you.
But why? Tasty snack. Have anything.
Okay, so Aramil, you're up.
I believe this is my last one, but I'm going to cast Breathe Fire in DC 17.
I rolled a 2.
6 damage.
Let me just check whether that's a critical failure on my part. What's your DC?
17.
No, not a critical failure. So 6 damage.
Now, for my other action, my last, I want to cast Heal on Darren. There's no icon after as far as how many actions. It says varies. It says Heal and varies.
Yeah, so heal, you can use 1 action, 2 action, or 3 actions. When you use 3 actions, a heal, it does a heal bomb, and it goes out in a 30-foot radius. When you use 1 action, it's on 1 person.
All right.
So if you want to use your last action to do heal on Darred, you can do that.
All right, so it's 1d8.
Yeah.
8.
Nice.
Okay. Darred, you are back with 8 hit points.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh.
Does it automatically stitch the bone back together?
Because it's magical healing, we'll say it does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. But still,
snap
ouch.
back into place.
Oh.
As I sort of get up and the magic sort of taking effect, my broken arm comes up in a horrible angle as I'm about to push down on it, almost causing damage, but it clicks back in place.
Oh.
Lovely.
Kingsman, you are up next.
Shit. I'm running. So Richard did ask if I can cast shield as a cantrip, and yes, I can. But it already got a hold of you, and I didn't think about it. So I will run down next to you. Let's just get rid of it. And I will. Let's put that on screen. I have another cantrip. So I've moved. This is a 2-action chill touch.
Okay.
So I will lean forward and I will physically touch the scorpion. I'm going to try to see if I can get one of the mandibles, one of the claws.
Yeah.
And it only does. I say it only does. It does 1d4 plus 6 necrotic damage.
Is this a saving throw, or you rolled it?
Sorry, it's a fortitude. Yes.
Fortitude.
You need to roll a fortitude.
Yeah. That's a pass, and I'm gonna guess it's a critical pass as well because I rolled 19. Yeah.
Okay,
So that's 31 in total.
That's fine. It just means you don't get the enfeebled effect, but you still take damage.
Yeah.
So that's 9 points of damage. Necrotic damage.
Is this a basic saving throw? Does it say?
Yes.
Okay. You see as you touch it, sort of this spider web of black dissipate out through the claw. It does take damage. It sort of pulls it away in pain, focuses on you a little bit, and yeah, but it's still up, still healthy, still looking pretty healthy actually.
Oh.
Okay, so Scrawng is away. Darred, you are prone on the floor. Your sword is still stuck in the stone next to you, and for a brief moment there, you fell unconscious. Your arm clearly broken, but Aramil has saved you. It's your action.
Didn't I pull my sword through with the action from the previous turn?
You was in the process of doing that, so I mean it's either on the floor or stuck in the floor. It's not going to cost you an action to retrieve it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does it cost an action to get up?
Yes, it costs an action to get up. Yes.
Okay, so no one else is injured, are they?
Not yet.
Not visibly. I'll get up, grab my sword, and attack twice then.
Okay. Go for it.
Right, okay. I'm going to spend a hero point to re-roll that because I've rolled a 4.
Go for it. Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh!
It's for 25.
What is his slashing damage?
Yeah.
Alright, so the target takes a -2 circumstance penalty to checks with all charisma-based skills except intimidation because you slash right across its head, drawing a horrible wound across its face. We'll say you slash one of the eyes, for example.
And it takes 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
Yes.
So I'll try and do it all in one movement. So getting up, the arm sort of clicks back in, push up with my shield, draw my sword out, and literally it's just a case of almost sort of falling forwards, piercing my sword straight through its face.
Nice.
And twisting, popping the carapace.
Very good. And then foot on the face for good measure as you pull that sword out, and the body of the creature, legs give out, tail goes, and the creature falls to the floor, dead. And as we move towards the end of the round, the silence tells, and it is silence, because you suddenly realise that boom, 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 that's been ever present since you left the small island to come to the tower has stopped. Kingsman, you look into the sky through the hole in the ceiling where the fly left, and you see from the top of the lighthouse a beam of blue energy arcing through the sky off in a southeasterly direction.
I'm assuming that means it's coming out of the lighthouse.
It's coming out of the lighthouse, yes.
Or going to the lighthouse.
No, going out of the lighthouse. You can see this energy pulsing away, so it's away from the lighthouse in a southeasterly direction, which, Darred, you know, having grown up there, is where Otari is situated.
When you say the silence ascends, I sort of unconsciously reach for my holy symbol, and I'm sort of mumbling a prayer to Ayamade. What's going on?
As you do that, those few seconds that you say that prayer, the beam starts to sputter out as it winds down and loses power, and then disappears. You think that whatever was building up to happen hasn't quite achieved, it hasn't quite reached its potential. it's sputtered out.
We need to go to the top of the tower and see what's going on.
We certainly need to do something. This is
My
Professor.
only
Any theories?
my only worry, gentlemen, is that my hypothesis was if that light, if the sound, if the magic energy that we saw here is making the beasts enraged and possibly giant, as we've seen, if that beam has now gone to Otari, has it just happened there? Are the people of Otari in danger?
This is a possible grim reality.
You don't know it's gone to Otari. You saw it going in that direction.
How far is Otari from where we are? It took us a while to get here, didn't it?
It was a couple of hours walking. It's about 6 miles.
It didn't reach its peak like it should, so it's trying to reach Atari, one might think.
We need to find the source and see if we can stop it.
Quickly.
If we're heading up, we should be prepared, because something tells me it's not going to be easy.
Is anyone injured?
No, I'm perfectly fine.
Aren't you still? You're not at full hit points. Jared, are you?
Basically, as I ask that, I'll grasp my my holy symbol. I'll use the 3-action heal as my eyes glow and this essence sort of begins to sort of peel off of me, and a burst of healing sort of shakes the room. And I'll heal myself and anyone that's down hit points.
Nice.
All right, everyone. I think we know where our path leads. And Lex looks out the door and looks upwards to where the staircase is.
And we go up. Yes.
So that iron walkway around the outside or around the inside of the tower leads up to a trapdoor set in the ceiling of the room, 100 feet in the air.
Steve, I've been trying to find my spell slots, and I don't quite know how many I have exactly.
Okay, you probably have 2, so we can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you probably have 2.
All right, well, I'm out of spells.
Yeah.
We should find somewhere where we can rest.
Okay, so you want to climb the tower?
I think, like before, the time is against us as always. I think we have to go up.
Press on then.
As depleted as we are, I think is the only sensible course of action.
So who's leading the way up the stairs?
I will.
Okay. So you set foot on the iron stairs, and they rattle as you climb. They are fixed to the wall, but I guess time has rusted the iron and the steel, and they sway somewhat uncomfortably until you get to the top. The trapdoor set in the ceiling is closed. There is a hatch device for opening it, and then it would open down. You'd need to climb through. Make me a perception check, please, Darren.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You look down from this height, and what you notice is that the pool of blood that was in the centre of the room, that you estimated before, looked like it had been caused by the blood of a human-sized person having bled to death, is now dried and brown, aged, so it's sort of soaked into the stone. It's no longer fresh.
We are back in that first rounded room. Is that where we are?
Yeah, you're at the top of the iron stairway underneath the trapdoor. So
I point this out.
Jared has just noticed this.
I'll point this out to the party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blood on the floor. Does that look older to you? Dried? That was fresh patch when we came through.
Can I do a nature check on that?
Yeah, you can.
Come on. Nature. +7. And we got a 10.
Okay. There's nothing you can think of that would have caused blood to dry that quickly.
Does Lex looks around and looks to see if anything else has aged prematurely from when they came in?
No, nothing else appears to have been changed other than this pool of blood.
I have no idea what this means.
Okay.
How far back down is it?
100 feet.
Okay, no, I'm not going to go back down and investigate. Was it still wet as we went past it and up the stairs?
You didn't notice. But this elevation has given you, I guess, an easier view.
Professor, is this something worth looking into?
It just means going back downstairs. Perhaps we go through the hatch first?
It's up to you then. If you wish to pass it, I'll press on up the hatch.
Okay. So you wind the device, the trapdoor swings down, and there's a small ladder that you can unfold to climb inside the lantern area of the lighthouse.
I'm in.
Okay, so this room is about 20 feet in diameter. It's about the same size as the base. Within there is the trapdoor entrance, which stands off to one side, off to the west side, and over towards the centre, a little bit more to the east, maybe, stands the workings of the lighthouse, so to speak. So there are a number of lenses to focus the beam, and sat within is a crystal, which Kingsman, roll me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh. That is an 18.
Okay. You believe that the crystal is probably the source of the energy, though it is lifeless and discharged at the moment. The light is gone.
It's not like the same gem as what we picked up earlier.
No. It's not the same gem, but
same type of gem. Yeah.
Well, it's like it's not an emerald or compared to a sapphire sort of thing, but you know that gems can be used to store magical power or use to channel magical power. But it's currently inactive. But it's clearly set up for the lenses to focus whatever energy discharge occurs. So clearly, the beam you saw was that energy discharge being focused through those lenses in a certain direction. Can you all make me a perception check, please?
We are all in this room.
You are now, yes.
24.
9.
8.
16 plus 6, 22.
Okay, so Darren and Lex, you're not as distracted, so to speak, by the lens and gem arrangement as Kingsman, and maybe Aramel is distracted by the view outside. So you happen to see the pool of blood lying at the base of the mechanical arrangement at the back behind it, that suddenly splashes upwards, forming the face of a familiar woman. In fact, forming her full body. She reveals herself before you. It is the Okora, one you've seen from your nightmare scenarios, and the woman that you saw in the portrait in the other building. She stands in front of you and with a silent scream begins to draw the blood from your companions, Kingsman and Aramil.
Right.
Can you both make me a saving throw, please?
What saving throw?
It is a fortitude saving throw.
Plus 5. 15.
Ooh, 12.
Okay. You both failed, but not critical failures. Kingsman, you take 16 damage.
Oh shit.
Oh.
And Aramil, you take 15 damage.
Ouch.
So with a silent scream, blood begins to pour from your ears, your nose, your mouth, your eyes, and fly across the room towards this creature. As quickly as this happens, the blood pool splashes down across the floor, moves to the trapdoor, and you watch as it rains down once again to settle on the floor of the lighthouse tower. So the danger is gone. Both of you took that damage.
I'm hurting.
Are you down or are you?
No. I'm feeling very weak and lightheaded, and I'm leaning on my staff.
And I'm right there with them.
I rushed them both for the first, with my first aid.
Okay, so this is something that you're not going to be able to treat wounds on because none of them actually have wounds.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the status of the crystal right now?
Completely discharged.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Well, that's good. The blood doesn't resurrect it.
No.
What the hell was that?
The only thing I can think of is we destroy it.
Yeah, Can Lex ready her blade and try to pierce into the center of the crystal?
You can try, yeah.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
Roll an attack, please.
Okay. 19 plus 7.
Okay, with anger, you raise your blade and you try and smash it down as hard as you possibly can onto this crystal. And you do that. You strike in what you think is a weak point, or at least it looks like a weak point. Your blade glances away, glances off the crystal without even scratching it.
Lex, try the lenses. Smash, Lex, smash.
Lex takes the pommel of her blade and goes for one of the thick lenses closest to the crystal and gets a natural 1.
Hero point.
No, let's play this out.
You smash the pommel of the dagger into the lens, and it is like hitting a steel wall. You can almost hear the bell-like sound reverberate around the lantern area of the lighthouse. You smash it so hard that your hand actually vibrates with the energy as it dissipates away from the lens and into your body. Your arm goes numb. You take 4 points of damage, and you drop your dagger on the floor as your fingers no longer work temporarily.
Cool. Maybe I should have used my last hero point.
Guess we shouldn't have saw how that played out.
No, that was bad. I was like, oh, we'll do this for the fun of the game. No, not for the fun of Lex. I'm at a loss, guys. I don't think brute force is going to take any of this down.
I'm more worried about the fact that we saw Belcora.
The immediate danger is over. It is night. You are in an area that you can secure. You can lift the trapdoor back up.
Close that hatch.
You know that no one can climb up the outside. It is an area that you could rest and recuperate if you wished.
We rest here and I will heal us all.
I think we're too weak to do anything else now.
Lex shakes her hand, trying to get the numbness to dissipate. I think we need to take a rest because what's ahead of us, I don't even know if we're ready for.
I know I'm not.
So a long rest it is.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going in which order for guard duty? Because I'm assuming that somebody's going to stand guard.
I will cast healing first.
Okay.
You all get back 14 hit points.
Hold on.
Great.
Actually, 22 with the
Nice.
extra.
Nice.
Does that cure my numb hand?
Yes, it does.
Cool. Guys, I'm feeling well enough. I'll take first watch.
Okay. So I just need the order: first, second, third, and fourth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take second.
Okay.
I'm fully healed, so I guess I'll do third.
Okay. And King's
Go
going to
last.
agree with her. Okay. So first watch passes without incident. Second watch passes without incident. Third watch, however,
Damn it.
about halfway through Aramil, you begin to notice a wind appear. Not unusual, but what is unusual is normally the smell of the peat bog, which has been pervasive since you come into this fog fen area. You know, that mixture of rotting vegetation and damp seems to have disappeared, and this wind is bringing instead a different scent. The scent of smoke. You search round on the horizon, walking around the lantern area, trying to figure out where it could be coming from. You look to the south, and you see that the horizon is aglow with oranges and reds, almost like the dawn come early, even though it's only about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And obviously, the dawn doesn't rise in the south. As you look closer, you can just barely make out thin plumes of smoke that are rising up into the sky, silhouetted against those oranges and red, that light. Something to the south is on fire.
Do I know that that's the direction of Otari?
Yes, you do.
Oh boy.
But that's where we're going to end the session for this evening.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, okay.
He's had enough.
If that was intentional, Mike, that was well timed.
That was so good. Oh.
So, congratulations, you managed to survive that fight, and as a result of that, you are now second level.
Yay!
We're gonna need it.
Yay!
Yay!
Wow.
Level 2.
So, please make use of your Character Chronicles, and if I can ask you, when you do fill out your leveling up, and when you work through that leveling up sort of process, if you can sort of post photos on socials, that would be great, because then people can look at how great these Character Chronicles are, how it is a one-stop location for all the information you need. That'd be really good.
Yay!
Pretty cool.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that was a lot of combat. I didn't intend that combat to go on quite so long.
Well, part of it was on that we had some really good 20s, and then we had a few ones.
Some awful ones.
At bad times.
You had a lot of 20s actually. You had more 20s than one. More 20s than ones. I absolutely had terrible rolls, especially on that.
So your saving throws were really kicking you, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. They just the general rolling in the complete session for me was bad, absolutely bad. Because those creatures, when they hit, they do some serious damage when they grab on. Because even the maggots can grab on as well.
Wow.
But yeah, that was good. I say more combat than I maybe intended, but I'm glad we got through that. That was good. And your second level now, so we can get some really funky stuff going on.
So excited.
We're gonna power up. Cool.
Try to get my spell slots in order.
Yeah. So we can do that offline. So if you've got any questions, we can do that before we're back again in 2 weeks' time. For episode 3. So I guess we're going back to Atari, or to face what we don't know. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and here I thought it was like Lighthouse Adventure for 6 sessions, but no. No.
No, not quite. Not quite. It's going to be a bit here, there, and everywhere at the beginning. So we'll see what next session brings. Have I forgotten anything, Dave?
No. All you got to do, Steve, is say goodbye.
Okay. And then VT gets rolled. Although I have forgotten something. I've forgotten the foreshadowing for the next episode.
Oh, go on then. The as the camera slowly pans away.
I said as the camera pans away.
Yeah.
Our scene cuts to a point earlier in the evening, before you rested, when that blue beam of energy was discharged from the Gauntlight's lantern. As it arcs through the sky, heading southeast, arcing directly this time, we can see for Otari. That beam touches the ground at the top of the cliffside, a particular cliffside, one that sits above the Dawnflower Library. The location, in fact, of the Otari graveyard. For a few seconds, as that beam grounds out, the earth glows from within, glows with that same blue light in a now increased intensity. However, suddenly as that light appeared, it cuts out, sputtering as it loses power, falling short of what it could have been its true potential. The energy dissipates throughout the land, and our nighttime scene in the graveyard returns to tranquility and silence, almost as if nothing happened. Our view pans out once again, and it flies and focuses on the largest tomb in the graveyard. The inscription on this tomb reads Mahims, which you know is the family name of the current mayor, and also one of the founding members of Otari.
What's that name?
Mahims.
Can you spell that?
Mehemes. As our view zooms away, we can see that the ground around those tombs begins to vibrate. Not just this tomb, but many of them. Something is coming up from below.
Zombies!
Breaking through the soil and turf alike, when suddenly a hand thrusts up out of the surface, then another and another, too many to count. Heads begin to appear, then torsos, and then finally the dead of Otari break free of their entombment.
Fucking zombies!
There's more complete, and some still mostly flesh. And they all shamble and stumble towards that cliff edge that sits above the Dawnflower Library. And as one, they step off into the night, falling like leaves in autumn, landing upon the dome roof of the temple, where the risen begin to tear and claw their way inside. The dead have risen in Otari, and they are hungry.